Hey, how's it going? I'm Mari, and this year I am going to walk, or attempt to walk, the Pacific Crest Trail. So for those of you who don't know what the Pacific Crest Trail is, also known as PCT, it is a hike through the US that goes 2,650 miles from the border of Mexico to the border of Canada, across California, Oregon, and Washington. It might be best known from the book Wild, also made into a movie starring Reese Witherspoon. Maybe you've heard it there. But in recent years, it's gained a lot more popularity, and every year more and more people attempt to walk the whole thing. It takes anywhere from about 4 to 6 months on average. It's a big commitment, takes a lot of time, huge walk. I'm so excited though, it's gonna be the biggest adventure yet. So I thought I'd make this video just for all of you, my regular viewers who aren't familiar with it. I just wanted to let you know about it and kind of explain what I'm doing it and just a little more about it. And if you're new to my channel, then welcome! If you're also doing the PCT, I hope to see you out there. First of all, you need a permit to do it, and they only allow a certain amount of permits per day, and this ensures that the trail does not become too overcrowded, and it's really to protect the landscape and the environment and just that natural beauty that is so great about the trail. If there was too many people on it, it would just ruin kind of the whole situation. So I completely understand why they have the permits. I will be leaving in April, and so I have about 3 months now to prepare. I just got my permit last week. Good morning! It's 7 a.m. here in Christchurch, and I'm currently waiting to apply for my PCT permit.
Oh, today's the day.
This has been a long time coming. So how it works is they release 50 permits in total per day to start at Campo, at the border of Mexico and the US. In November, they released the first 35 spots. I did not get a permit that round, and Nick did, just because by the time that my number got there, all of the dates that I was able to do were taken. And then today, they're releasing the last 15 spots for each day. I'm really hopeful. Last time there were so many people trying to get on, but I think, and what I realized is that you have to have multiple devices that have this permit application website going, because then you get a bunch of spots in line and you can pick the best one. So that's what I'm doing today. We got 2 minutes to go, and we have so many devices going. So when it gets to the time, 10:30, everyone who's been on already gets assigned a randomly placed in line. If you come after 10:30 or at 10:30, then you get in the back of the queue. Oh, some of them already did it. Whoa, the first one I got is 1,700. Stressful. Yeah. Campo to end location all the way. Canadian border. Continue. Woohoo! So I got the date, and I've sent in the application, but it's kind of anticlimactic because now they have to review it, and it takes 3 weeks, and then they'll approve it, and then they'll say like, yay, you actually have it. Here's hoping they approve it. I think they will. I think they only don't approve it if you made some errors in your application, or if you say you're like gonna walk 100 miles a day or something, which I did not do. So yeah, I don't foresee a reason why they would not approve it. Anyway, so I have 3 months now to get ready. If you watch my channel regularly, you know I go on a lot of hikes and backpacking trips, but nothing like this. So actually, I do have a lot to prepare. I think the average that people walk is about 20 miles a day. So yeah, I normally walk nowhere close to that. I think the last trip I did over Christmas, we were walking around 22 kilometers a day. So it's not the same. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna start doing more strength training, getting my legs and my muscles really in shape, and maybe more yoga and that kind of thing, just to get my balance better. I have super flat feet, so I've gotten orthotics, and I'm working with my podiatrist to make sure those are perfect. So that's all good. And then the other main challenge I have now that I've got my permit, is the gear. The gear is actually something I'm most excited about. I feel like I really geek out over all this gear. I think it's so exciting. I've been spending way too long looking at gear. Ask Nick. I've just been going down a rabbit hole. Oh, and for those of you who don't know, Nick is my boyfriend and he's gonna be coming on this trip also. So I'm American and he's from New Zealand. We currently live in New Zealand. So yeah, Nick had to get a special visa to be able to be in the US for 6 months. And he's gotten that approved, so that's very exciting. He had to go for an interview and everything, but all good there, so we are getting closer. So for the gear, for those of you who aren't familiar with thru hiking, basically the big thing now is to make all your gear as lightweight as possible, which it really does make sense because the lighter gear you have, like the less strain on your joints and just the overall happier I think you will be. Since you're spending most of your time walking, you want to really optimize your whole comfort for while you're walking. You'll be spending a lot less time like sitting around at camp at the end of the day. That's not as often as walking, so you don't quite need as many of the comfort things that you think you might need. Anyway, that seems to be the trend from all the research I've been doing. So it's all about ultralight gear, making sure your pack weighs as little as possible. If any of you have any good ultralight gear suggestions, please let me know because I love talking about them and I'm really excited about it all. I'm gonna wait to buy a lot of my gear till I'm back in the US. Or I'm gonna order it. I've already started doing this. Sorry, Mom. I've been ordering stuff online and sending it to my mom's house. The gear it's pretty expensive, but then at the same time, you have to think about it like this is like your apartment and all of your housing and everything for the next 6 months. So when I factor in not having to pay rent, like actually the gear is not too expensive. The tent that Nick and I are going for, I think the one that we want to get is by the brand Z-Packs and it's called the Duplex. It's pretty sweet. Instead of using like the traditional tent poles, it uses your hiking poles for the poles and then you just use all the guy lines to stake it down to the ground. So it's really cool, super lightweight. A lot of people use that one. I haven't decided on my backpack yet. I feel like that's one that's really important, but it feels really hard to know when you can't actually try them on and look at them in person. I've just been looking online and trying to watch other YouTube reviews, but it's so hard to know. So I don't know. There's a few brands that I'm looking at right now. There are certain parts of the trail where you need to carry more weight, like in the desert, you might need to carry more water. In the Sierras, you have to carry like a bear canister, so you have to put all your food in a bear canister when you sleep so that no bears eat your food. Yeah, you want a pack that can like handle enough weight, but then also you don't want it to be too big. And anyway, if anyone has a good pack they really like, let me know. So that's a little overview of the PCT for any of you who aren't familiar with it. Oh, and people have been asking if I'm gonna make videos. Yes, I do plan on making videos of the whole process. Once I have all my gear, I will definitely be doing videos about all my gear and then reviewing the gear once I've used it. And I'd like to do kind of gear check-ins throughout because a lot of people say like they switch up their gear as they go along and I'd just like to be able to show you guys what I'm switching out. I don't know yet how I will film videos and upload them because again, since you want the lightest weight as possible, you don't want to be carrying lots of camera equipment. At least I don't really want to be. I think the more I carry, then the more I also have to be worrying about like if it's raining and all that and I have to protect the gear. So I know some people have just used like their iPhones, filmed videos with their iPhones the whole way and then edit very simply using the iPhone and then upload when they can. That to me seems like a pretty good option. I've never actually tried to edit a whole video on my iPhone before, so I'm gonna have to do some test runs to see if that's gonna make me go crazy. I don't know. And some people will take like a small camera and then kind of still use their phone to edit and all of that. Yeah, I'm not quite sure how I will do it yet, but there seems to be a lot of people now who are making videos about this kind of thing, so I'm sure I can figure it out some way or another. But yeah, I'm excited to be able to show you the journey. And I want to definitely bring you as many tips and things I learn along the way because I'm so reliant on learning things on the internet. I really like to give back and share the things I learn with you guys, so that's the aim. So the walk starts towards the end of April and then it's going to be, I don't know, I'm gonna allow myself 6 months because I don't know how many days I want to take off or I don't know, assuming that I even finish it. So that's gonna be going till about September and then I'm not quite sure what's gonna happen after that. I have some ideas of things I want to do afterwards. I think I have to come back to New Zealand February at the latest. in order to honor my visa restrictions at the moment. So yeah, I have some time and I'm really excited. I'm gonna go back to the US at the beginning of April and then spend some time with my family and get all the gear and get all prepared in that, and then Nick will meet me kind of right before. If you have any more questions about the trail or about any of the stuff, leave it in the comments below and I will answer it in videos leading up. There will be a lot more videos about the PCT. Oh yeah, the other thing I was gonna mention, people keep asking, why am I doing this? It's a very good question, and I think, well, so I read the book Wild in 2013, and that's the first time I ever heard of this trail. When I read the book, I was like, whoa, this is amazing. Like, she had no experience at all and then did this walk. That was when I first heard of it, and at the time I thought, no, I'm never gonna try doing that. That's crazy. And then, I don't know, I think like recently I've just like heard of more people doing it. So I think like for the past year I've been thinking about it, and then Nick and I talked about it, like, whoa, wouldn't it be cool if we did this? And then I was kind of just like this, like, you know, pipe dream idea. And then Nick's been working in an office for the past 2 years, and I think he's like real ready to like do something super active and just like the opposite of working in an office. And I'm just ready to go on a big adventure. Not to be cliche, but I feel like it looks like a life-changing experience and I'm up for that. What also really draws me to it is that it seems like it's a really tight-knit community of people who do these kind of hikes, and once you're on the trail, all the people that you're hiking with just become like your, you know, immediate friends, and you just have formed these bonds with these people. And there's all these people that are called trail angels that just come help out and give rides to people and bring water, and it just seems like a really nice atmosphere of people giving and just people enjoying the world and enjoying the outdoors, and being surrounded by all these kind of people who are just doing the same thing sounds awesome. So those are some reasons why I want to do it. And it also just seems like a really big challenge. I like to challenge myself and this seems probably like the biggest challenge yet that I've ever tried to do. So yeah, anyway, so that is my PCT intro. If you're new to this channel, then subscribe, and maybe I'll see you out on the trail. Happy adventures and happy traveling and happy hiking. Bye!